Good morning. This is the day the Lord has made, so let us rejoice and be glad in it. I am Pastor Marianne Kellenbach, pastor at Living Faith Church, which is located in the Community of Tradition in Port St. Lucie, Florida. And today is Friday, May the 28th, in the year 2021. For those of you who are living in the United States, we are coming into the Memorial Day weekend holiday. So, or is it holiday weekend? I think it's holiday weekend. So for some of you, you will be finishing up your work today, and I'm hoping that you will be able to have some rest over the weekend, and on Monday commemorate what we call Decoration Day, the day that we would go and decorate the resting places, the grave sites of those who lost their lives serving our country for the sake of freedom. So I'll talk a little bit more about that on Monday. Well, we continue on with our conversation this week about creation. We are in Genesis chapter 1. We're taking our time in focusing on creation in each day and really dwelling in what this creation looks like and how God spoke everything into being. How that happens scientifically is not of issue. What is of issue is that God is the one who did the creating. And we focus on the beautiful poetry, Hebrew poetry, that is found in the book of Genesis, that gives an idea of how God's hand was in everything that had been created. So we are focused on day 5. Let's take a look at the Message version. Day 5, Genesis chapter 1, verses 20 to 23. God spoke, swarm, ocean, with fish and all sea life. Birds fly through the sky over earth. God created the huge whales, all the swarm of life in the waters, and every kind and species of flying birds. God saw that it was good. God blessed them. Prosper, reproduce, fill ocean, birds reproduce on earth. It was evening, it was morning, day 5. God saw that all that God created was good. But God didn't stop there. God blessed them, that they were to reproduce and fill the ocean. I love that. Prosper, fill the ocean. Living here in Florida, I like to reflect on the phenomena of the turtle season here. I had never really known anything about sea turtles until we moved to Florida. I remember the first time we actually saw our very first sea turtle in the wild, and we didn't know what it was. We were on our boat in the Gulf of Mexico, and it was a calm day, and it was in October, and Carl had looked over the side. He saw what looked like a trash bag, colorful, brownish and tan, and he said, Mayor, I'm not really sure what that is over there, so I don't want you to look because I'm not 100% sure what it was. Just a hint, we came from New York. So it wasn't unusual for there to be things other than life floating in the water. And then he looked and he laughed and he said, oh my goodness, it's a sea turtle. Come and take a look at it. And I did. And it was so curious, so curious. He did dive down and go underneath the boat, but then came up not too far away from the boat, turned back and looked at us. And that was so amazing because that sea turtle recognized that we were there, kept her or his distance, but absolutely recognized that we were there. I remember one time we were getting ready to dock the boat, and we were the engines weren't running, but we were coming into like a sandbar, and there was something that was kicking up the water. And what we recognized was that it was a sea turtle. She must have been coming up to try and lay her eggs. So, of course, we left that area so that she could do that. I've never seen a sea turtle come up and lay her eggs. We've walked the beach in the morning where we have seen the flipper marks when she comes up and when she goes back. And you can tell based on the direction of the flippers what type of a sea turtle it is. But I never had the chance yet to see a sea turtle lay her eggs. But think of that, the magnificence of that, of watching that. You have an opportunity to take a look at some of the pictures right now. Here on the east coast of Florida, it is amazing that there are so many sea turtles that come back to the place where they were hatched, will come ashore and lay their eggs and then go back out again to the sea. The sea turtle season begins now, actually, and will end in, I think, the October timeframe. The turtles will come up. She will lay her eggs, and then the turtle nests are marked. There is somebody that goes out onto the beach to notice if there are flipper marks that have come up out of the ocean. That's magnificent to see before they even mark the nest. And then they mark the nest. They can tell where the mound is. They'll mark it, and we are all beachgoers are to stay away from that. All those who live on the water are asked to dim their lights. Otherwise, it can be very confusing for the turtles, especially when they hatch, when those hatchlings start. If they start to go towards the light instead of the water, that can be very detrimental. And it is a scary journey for them to get to the water. But once they hit that water, it's not home free. There are still birds that can get to them. But once they are deep in the water and they have a chance to live, they will thrive in that water. And then, if it is a female, she will come up and come back to that same exact place where she was born, that beach, and she will lay her eggs for the next generation of sea turtles. That is just one example of the marvels, the absolute marvels of life, recreation again and again and again. On this day, just dwell in the thought of recreation. Look around at the nests that are in your trees. Listen to the peeps. When you hear a lot of high-pitched peeps, that means that there are birds right somewhere in your neighborhood. Watch as the mockingbirds will chase those big crows. Boy, are they ever so protective, and they will dive bomb people also, anything to protect their children. On this day, remember the sea creatures that God created and continues to create. Remember the birds in the air, and remember the gift that they were called to reproduce, prosper, to fill the air, to fill the sea. I will see you back here tomorrow for Centering Prayer. Blessings.